Mahmoud Daily right here on the Mesquite Channel. I am Andy O'Reilly. That is Mahmoud. We found through Facebook that Dave has found new enlightenment and has changed his name, and he's now going by Mahmoud. What does that say in Arabic under your name?
You know what? I think it's the name. Honestly, I think it's the name of some band, and that's, I think, why I got hacked.
Okay.
Because I think they knew that this is going to take 60 days before it can be replaced.
Okay.
So that's what I'm assuming.
Do you play?
I could be wrong.
Do you play like 80s cover songs, or do you do the 90s
I don't
thing?
know.
Or what's your band? Because you know what I was thinking the other day? I could use some Spin Doctors. Can you put that in the set
I
list?
love the Spin Doctors. I love Pocket Full of Kryptonite.
Huge hit.
Absolutely. Underrated early 90s band, without question.
Yeah. Oh, they weren't underrated, and they weren't that good.
Yeah, they were. I like the Spin Doctors.
You can like them, but they weren't that good. They were okay.
So what you're saying is they're appropriately rated. Then, according to Andy.
They were okay.
I liked them.
Yeah, okay.
You were more of the metal guy. I liked I liked the Chili
honestly,
Peppers.
Let's look back realistically at the 90s music.
Underrated era of music. Absolutely underrated. Especially when you look, even bands that just had a couple of songs. I liked Semisonic. They had like literally 2 songs.
You want to know?
I liked the one
song.
song.
Tell you about Semisonic. Those guys. All right. I got pulled into the Semisonic thing really heavy because this really dear friend of mine was working at the record label.
Okay.
Oh, Semisonic. You're gonna love these guys. It's gonna be great. And they had Closing Time, and they had what was the other one?
They literally had one other one. I can't even tell you what it was, but it was pretty good.
Semisonic. That's all I heard was Semisonic for like 3 months from this lady. And then she's like, "Oh, they're coming to town. They're going to come into your studio. They're going to come in and do an on-air thing." And I'm like, "Oh, great, Semisonic."
Okay.
These guys came in, and I'm going to tell you what. It had been 3 days since they had a shower. They stunk like you would not believe. They came in off the bus. They came in to do, the acoustic thing in the studio and all that kind of stuff. They reeked of BO and booze, and I literally almost barfed when they came in the studio.
Well, that's the rock and roll lifestyle, man. What do you want?
I get it. They're out there grinding it, and it's not an easy life. I understand it, but wow.
But you were thinking, do you have any band roll-on?
Could you put something on, maybe a little Arid Extra Dry? Because you are ripe. The three of you on that bus.
That was the pre-Febreze era too, so there was no getting around that.
For
Graduate.
Guys that were that pretty and had that kind of dainty music, they stunk.
Graduate was the other good Semisonic tune.
Yeah,
Graduate and Closing Time.
I just think that the overall 90s era was just kind of filler.
I think over time, to me, it's aged well. I liked Matchbox
that's my
20.
problem. It has not aged well, if you ask me.
I liked Matchbox 20. I liked
Matchbox 20 is an exception.
The Wallflowers.
Nope.
I liked. Come on, Wallflowers were really good.
There's no.
I loved Hootie and the Blowfish. Hootie and the Blowfish were great. Legitimately great. Who are the? Oh God.
I'll give you one. Soundgarden.
What?
I can barely listen to Soundgarden anymore.
Soundgarden,
Yeah.
Soundgarden was a little. I didn't really like Soundgarden. I liked. Oh God, why am I blanking now?
Pearl Jam.
Dave Matthews kind of got kicked off in the 90s.
Who?
Dave Matthews Band was their heyday.
It was the heyday, and they had a real Grateful Dead type following and all that kind of stuff. But
Tonic was okay.
Come on,
Tonic
one
was
hit.
okay.
Tonic was
if
nothing.
If you could only see. Okay, you're right,
dude.
All
they
right,
were terrible.
that was over. Yeah, okay. I didn't like Tonic that much.
Cracker.
Yeah, there were. What?
Cracker. Ugh.
Cracker was okay.
They stunk. Soul
Smash
Asylum.
Mouth. Smash Mouth was good.
Soul Asylum. Another train wreck.
Nah. I was okay at Soul Asylum.
See,
it
what I mean? It was an era
just
of mostly filler that we really bought into, and it didn't have any staying power. There was like any other music era, there was a few hits that stood out and will last, but overall.
I disagree. I compare it to the 80s. I think the 80s genre and the 90s, I liked both of those eras at this point equally, and I didn't think I would ever say that.
Yeah.
I think I liked my 90s bands as much as I liked my 80s bands. And,
I can't say that myself.
And anything post 2000, yeah, I'm done.
You lost on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, hey, how about some news? Speaking of post 2000.
Let's get into it. The White House says all options are on the table regarding the U.S. response to Syrian gas attacks. President Trump is holding Russia and Syria responsible. Russia is denying any involvement. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said the administration had yet to make an official decision. It's going to be airstrikes. We're going to have some surgical airstrikes. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be any boots on the ground. That's where and Trump is kind of backtracking. Well, maybe we're going to do it this. Maybe it's going to be sooner. Maybe it's going to be later. I don't know. Of
course.
Yeah, because he realized, wait, I just said when we were going to do it. Right. That wasn't smart. So, yeah, it'll be at some point. I would say I'm going to make a prediction next Thursday.
Yeah.
I think we hit him next Thursday.
Okay.
That's my call.
We'll have to wait and see.
I don't have an insider in Vegas that knows. I'm just saying. Actor Kevin Spacey facing more accusations of sexual assault. LA prosecutors are reviewing a case involving the 58-year-old actor stemming from a 1992 incident involving another man. British authorities are also tying Spacey to another assault in London. The House of Cards stars apologized for a 1986 incident involving then 14-year-old actor Anthony Rapp. Representatives for Spacey say the actor is seeking unspecified treatment. I think, here's the thing. Spacey's a dick, and he's been kind of known as that for years in Hollywood. But, I mean, is he a serial, rapist? I don't know. And a lot of these old incidents, I mean, give me something from maybe 2010 or 2014. We keep going further and further back on a lot of this stuff. And I'm not minimizing it. I'm just saying that it's really hard to prove anything in these cases because there's almost always just two witnesses, the person who allegedly did it and the alleged victim. And that's it.
It doesn't minimize the victim. I mean, to them, it's still what it is, Yeah,
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not minimizing what may or may not have been done. But I don't know.
Creepy
stuff.
With
some of these cases. And, the Cosby thing, I keep, the Cosby trials going on. You had a woman yelling out, you're a serial rapist. And I believe, with Cosby, you have
multiple
dozens
witnesses.
Upon dozens of women and you have witnesses. And you've got, and I'm not saying Spacey didn't do it. I believe Spacey did these things. I believe that, but I don't have proof.
Right.
There is no real proof on this. And and we do try people in the court of public opinion, and it's, I don't know, always uneasy with this stuff. But, it's easy to do it with Spacey because people don't like Kevin Spacey.
I got an idea.
He's a jerk.
Leave it out of the news. I mean, this was 6 months ago that this was all.
Well, no, I mean, but because it's all part of it's what's being talked about, and we're nothing if not topical.
There you go.
So as much as I don't like talking about this, Andy, as much as I like to think of myself as above the fray, I'm above it. Occasionally, you gotta delve down with the sodomites and.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
And deal with this stuff. It's what I do for the people.
You're the man.
I try to be. Finally, a Muskegon boxer remains undefeated as a professional fighter. Junior featherweight Rais Alim scored a unanimous decision over Marcus Bates from Washington, D.C. last Friday to improve to 11-0. His next bout is scheduled for June, also in Philadelphia. Nice to see a Muskegon boy doing good. Boxing, I miss the days when boxing was relevant, when people cared.
You see,
it's just been destroyed by MMA. MMA is just taking it down.
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I think, and I'm gonna go right out and say it. I don't think Floyd Mayweather has done any favors for boxing.
You're absolutely right.
I think that I prefer boxing to MMA. I
do too. I agree.
I'll watch MMA. If there's a good fight on TV, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If there's an MMA fight on TV, I don't. It's just not my thing.
How much?
What?
I was gonna say, how much do you think it's gonna take? Because there are rumors that Mayweather is gonna fight
Conor McGregor.
What's his McGregor MMA style? And
well, have you seen the adapted rules for the fight?
No, I haven't.
It's clown shoes.
Really?
There's no kicking.
What-
There's no elbows. There's none
Oh,
of
you
this.
can't-
There's none of that. And it's supposed to be MMA rules that they're going to be fighting on. And
Yeah, I mean, McGregor.
Huh?
Come on, McGregor fought boxing rules.
I know.
I mean, here's the thing.
And you know what? I'm going to circle it right back to the same thing. Now Mayweather's stinking up MMA, trying to change the rule, and I just don't think he's been an asset to the sport.
Oh yeah, well,
At all.
aside from Mayweather being just a deplorable human being, his fights are boring.
Yeah.
His fights, I mean, he was one of the greatest boxers of all time from a defensive standpoint, but his fights were horrible. They were unwatchable.
I liked Klitschko's.
Pacquiao was.
Klitschko's are great. Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter. I liked I like Mike Tyson. You know what I really like about Mike Tyson is the change he's gone through in his life. Have you heard him talk?
Yeah.
And oh my God, what an incredible human being he's become. Really,
I
like
don't.
guy.
Okay, I wouldn't go so far as to say an incredible human being,
would.
but he's definitely turned into the skid, kind of straightened himself out, and that was a man. I will watching professional fighters fear in the ring, and you could sense the fear because you got the idea that Tyson could kill a guy with a punch.
Oh yeah.
And because he was so dominating from that, when he was 21, 22, 23 years old, that it was otherworldly. It was amazing.
My favorite thing around boxing though was still Robert Schimmel's old line. For $70 million.
Oh yeah.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? I'd have to think about it.
No.
And you know the punchline, so we'll just leave it out.
Oh God. That was
Think
the
about
greatest.
For $70 million.
I would. In front of my parents.
Yeah, that's right. Have yourself a great Thursday, Dave Kegley. See you, man.